Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 7 setup round for a Game of Thrones, a Clash of Kings. We'll be playing with the Mother of Dragons expansion round, so I'm going to be setting up a 8-player solo game using all the houses. So we'll fast forward through setting up the houses here. I'm also going to use the, I don't often use the vassal setup, but in the past I have taken some of the vassal character cards just to get them in play. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add one vassal character card to each of our house's decks. That'll surprise us a little bit and get to see some of the characters from the books that we haven't seen and do that. And I'll also kind of talk a little bit about thinking about setting up a House of the Dragon mod. So let's we'll do fly over here of the board and we'll jump into the rest of the setup. Okay, so we're going to finish up our Season 7 setup round. We've got the Game of Thrones and Mother of Dragons main setup. Our wildlings are in place. We've got 8 armies on the board, so we've got Targaryen, Martell, Stark, Baratheon, Greyjoy, Aeron, Lannister, Tyrell, and got our Westeros and Essos cards set up below, and we're just about to jump into it. So I think to get us started here, I'm going to use the Mother of Dragons expansion rules. This is to get the influence track set up, and we'll kind of go with this influence track setup. So I will. We have Baratheon on this throne, and then Greyjoy, Lannister, then Lannister, second place, Highgarden, Winterfell Stark. I think we need that. Sunspear and Sunspear, Dorne. Dorne, the Eyrie, Highgarden, Pike, Winterfell, Eyrie, Highgarden, Baratheon, and then wrapping up with Aeron, Lannister, and so the influence track is set. We've also prepared the Iron Bank in Bravos. So I've got the Iron Bank cards. I'll give these a quick shuffle. So I was going to try to do a setup this round. I kind of had this urge to make a mod for House of the Dragon, right? So I was thinking maybe I'd start Targaryen on Dragonstone, make the greens out of make Hightower, and then have some vassal states. But I looked on Boardgame Geeks for some variation. It seems like a couple people have got something in development, but it's not quite something that I can just pull out, and then I didn't kind of want to think through it as much. So I opted for doing an episode that we're going to call just a Clash of Kings. I'm reading a Clash of Kings right now. I'm making my way through this massive one. This is a pretty good one. There's a lot of Dragonstone, Winterfell scenes in this one. Pretty fun. So getting into that. And also while we're talking about that, quick shout out to this channel's sponsor, Pontos Fathom Press. Here I've got the first volume of Cat Journals Out of Lovecraft's Providence, The Genealogy of Cthulhu, and first volume of Disclosure from the Necronomicon Fragment, The Necromancy of Nyarlathotep. You can go check out our bookstore if you'd like to support this channel. Lots of cool stuff here from Balsamo and Moldenhauer. We've also got a number of other podcast books, sci-fi, horror. Go check out the bookstore. It helps to support us. You can also check us out on Patreon for as little as $1. You can get some inside baseball from upcoming paint-through videos for A Song of Ice and Fire. We're doing campaigns of Joan of Arc. I just got some new miniatures for the Song of Ice and Fire tabletop miniature game too. I think I've got the High Garden. Let me show you these guys. High Garden Pikemen. I just picked these up. High Garden Pikemen. So I'm going to be doing an unboxing of these soon and a paint through video. So you can go check that out. Check out our Patreon. And as usual, guys, if you like and subscribe on this channel, helps us to grow the channel. And we really appreciate that. So let's kind of go through the rest of the stack here. It says House Targaryen is position 4 on the supply track. So let's get the supply track set up. And they are position 1 on the victory track. So they don't have any, they only have the 1 in Pentos. Okay, next up will be, I think we have to put the dragons on 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 for House Targaryen. I believe that's the way that this rolls out. So Targaryen positions are set. Let's check out Lannister. Lannister puts position 2 on the supply track. Lannister. And position 1 on the victory track. Let's go to Highgarden. Position 1 on victory. The Greens. We did an episode where we did Targaryen versus Hightower. I kind of did it already, right? But it wasn't like I really want, what I want to do is make it more like, I think there's going to need to be supplemental pieces to make it like House of the Dragon. I was thinking like they each have dragons, but then we don't have the player cards. So there's a lot of things that I have to think through. So yeah, guys, leave me a comment if you think that would be interesting to do a mod, or if you're playing a mod of it, leave a link to it so we'll set it up here too as well. So we got position 1 on the supply track and position 2 on the victory track. It seems like Aaron's have both the Eyrie and the Vale. I'll show you guys the Knights of the Vale too. I think we have the Knights of the Vale minis up there too. I'll go check those out. Next up is Baratheon. They are position 1 on the victory track, position 2 on the supply track. Then we've got Greyjoy. 2 on the supply track, 1 on the victory track. They only have Pike is their only stronghold. We'll get House Martell and Dorne. The Dornish, 2 on the supply track, 1 on the victory track. And then we'll finish up with House Stark in Winterfell. They get a 1 on the supply track, and they get a 2 on the victory track because they've got Winterfell and they've got White Harbor. So that's about going to do it for that. I also believe I need to place some additional got the tokens here, but I have to place the, so we're going to award the sword to the fiefdom, which is Greyjoy. So I'll just put this over for Greyjoy here. And then the King's Court gets the Raven. King's Court Raven goes to Lannister. Put here. And then Iron Throne obviously goes to Baratheon, which I'll put here for them for now. I'll just put up here. We've got all of our tokens sorted out. We've also got those Targaryen loyalty tokens. This is as the Targaryens come back to Westeros, we start discovering pockets of Targaryen loyalty among the populace. So that's going to do that. Then we have to place our NPC cities here. So I'll kind of go through that off camera, and that's just about going to do it. So guys, thanks for watching the setup. We will jump into round 1 of season 7 of Game of Thrones, A Clash of Kings with Mother of Dragons. Thanks for your watching. Give us a comment, like, and support down below, and we'll see you in round 1. Bye bye.